Okay. Color with me. So something different. Taking a break from mandalas to get back to this page in Johanna Basford's Secret Garden, especially after the frustration of completing an entire, well, not an entire mandala page, but completing an entire video, completing a mandala page, trying to talk while doing it, and not realizing that my microphone had cut out on me during the process. Not only was I talking to no one technically, I was not even talking to anyone on the recording because no one could hear me. The recording's still posted, a little bit of talking that's there, and then the silence. And then I had another technical glitch because I paused the recording to swap mics and then forgot to restart the recording. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough night in that regard, but we'll keep pushing on. And I started this page a while back, but got away from it, a lot going on, and decided it was time to come back to it. So in this book, I've been doing a lot of mixed media, doing line work with my fountain pens and more of the filling in with colored pencil. So right now I'm just kind of focusing on line work, outlines of these leaves with the fountain pens. Mm-hmm. One of the things that working in this book does for me is help me break my need for realism. Doesn't always work, but that's what I'm trying to do. It's one of the reasons that I started sticking towards coloring mandalas and other pattern-based books, is that I struggled not to want to color, frogs green and elephants gray and things like that. So to push the boundaries and say a leaf could be blue or whatever, isn't really pushing a boundary, but it's pushing past my mental block that I have to color things realistically and not in any sort of fantasy or whatever. Using the sort of random way that I pick colors helps with that to some extent, but I still have to override my instincts to pick where those colors go and force them into more realistic spaces, if possible. Not always possible, especially on a page like this. But that's why you have magenta rimmed leaves there. As you can see, I'm still fairly pattern oriented in that I am identifying the same leaves and doing all of them in the same color outline. It's just how my brain works. One of the things I really like about fountain pen that I've never really found with any other pen or marker or anything is the ease of making my way around curvy lines like that. Like we're getting more blue magenta leaves. Hi there, little snail. I'll get to you soon. One of the things in this particular book, Secret Garden, is that there are lots of little hidden creatures throughout the book. So in this case, there's a little snail there, a bigger snail there, little snail there, another snail there. Just kind of chilling. Just little details added in. Add some whimsy. I keep checking my mic after what happened in the other video. I will not finish this page tonight, but we'll get through as much of the outline as we can in maybe 20 minutes or so. Fair amount of them have been done already, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Now, I know I was just talking about how fountain pens make going around these curved lines easier, and they do. That doesn't mean that you don't have to go over them more than once. It just means I'm not going or things like that, and that the thickness is more easily manageable. One of the things that I mentioned, maybe mentioned, I know I said it, I don't know if it got recorded on the other video, is if you do enjoy me talking through these videos like this, please comment or make a post to my community page about topics that you'd like me to discuss, questions you'd like answered, anything along those lines, so that I'm just one here rambling. I'm more than happy to talk about the pens, the inks, process, anything really. I try to avoid politics and religion, obviously. Not looking to get into heavy topics. Anything related to the art, how I got started in this, why I do it, anything about like that. More than happy to answer those things. It'd be easier than me trying to come up with stuff. So if you have those things, please send them my way. And I will take those into consideration for the next video. I feel like this pen is either running out of ink or just reacts very differently on this paper. This is normally extremely wet. It's actually how those smudges came up. Do I have any more sleeves? I don't see. It feels like a scavenger hunt. Where is that? One of my favorite little pens here. My Antoinette. Oh, this is one of my new pens. So the ink that's in here is needs to get updated. I actually got a bad bottle of this ink. It's supposed to be a sheening ink that is not showing any sheen on any paper that I've used it on. And so a friend of mine went and got me a new bottle that she has tested, and it is sheening. It's supposed to have a gold sheen to it. It's a very pretty ink, just missing gold sheen. I'm gonna keep using it in the meantime. When that new ink gets here, I will flush the pen and put the correct version in. In the meantime, I've taken the bad bottle and put a micropro additive in it to create a shimmer ink out of it, which will go into another pen at a future date when I get something that is an appropriate color for that ink. I know that I have pens in my custom pen queue will be the appropriate color for it. Definitely enjoy matching ink to pen, but it also means that I need to keep my horizons broadened in terms of the colors of the blanks I choose to be made into pens, so that I don't just end up with a bunch of purple and blue inks, because that would be what would happen if I just went after the blanks I'm most attracted to. All of those looks like